Hey there, everyone. We will get started here momentarily. Just want to make sure I let a couple more people into the stream, and then we will get things rolling. I hope yesterday wasn't all that impactful to you when it came to the thunderstorms. I know we had our tornado warning, but luckily have not seen anything come of that storm, which is always good news anytime we have a warning, especially a tornado warning. Never want to see any significant damage or any damage at all. Now we are going to be jumping into a 2-day severe weather risk. The first risk is going to be coming in with this wave of shower and thunderstorm activity. You can see a lot of thunderstorms developing along that swirl that is moving towards the La Crosse Green Bay area. Off to the south of that is where we have our activity right now. We're approaching Davenport, Milwaukee, Chicago, and that's going to be swinging on in here tonight into tomorrow. Now, as it does so, it will be in a weakening phase. So we're not going to see anything significant as we get into the morning commute tomorrow, but there could be a couple showers and storms as we begin the day on our Friday. Better risk will be Saturday, though, compared to Friday. However, Friday afternoon and evening is where we will be keeping a very close eye on the radar. And then Saturday afternoon and evening, we will be closely monitoring those storms as well. Mild tomorrow to hot and muggy on our Saturday. And we are quieter and cooler as we go towards Sunday. Current conditions right now just have increasing clouds coming in from the west. We are dry with 70s to lower 80s across the area. Dew points are making their way back into the low to mid 60s. It's actually a little bit more humid as you go closer to Lake Huron as opposed to away from it. So we are seeing some moisture coming off of the lake, giving us some more humid, muggy conditions closer to the lake shore. It will be in the muggy to tropical category for our Friday. And then Saturday, staying tropical. Sunday into Monday is where we see that drop in the humidity, but then it's right back up for our Tuesday into Wednesday. The reason it is a conditional threat of severe weather tomorrow is because if we have a lot of shower and thunderstorm activity that just continues for the entire morning, entire afternoon, we're not going to warm up enough. We won't have the instability or the storm energy needed to support a severe weather risk. So that is what we are going to be watching for very closely. There will be enough shear. The lift will be there from that passing wave and also the moisture. So those three components are going to be there. It's the instability, how hot we're able to get as we get into the afternoon and evening. Nonetheless, there is that slight risk of severe weather that is right across Interstate 69 down into Metro Detroit through Lansing, Grand Rapids, out towards Kalamazoo, Jackson, Coldwater. Then we get into a more marginal risk, very isolated threat of severe weather as you go towards Alma, Midland, Saginaw, Lapeer into Sandusky, and then just a general thunderstorm risk. So likely going to be a little bit too far to the north of this system to see any severe weather as you go into Huron County and then north of US 10. So if you're north of US 10 and into Huron County, your severe weather risk is not there with us tomorrow. We do have a low chance of a spin-up tornado because there will be enough spin in the atmosphere as that wave pushes on through. Low chance of hail. Damaging winds looks to be the main threat. And we'll also continue to mention the risk of flooding because of how soggy and how soaked the ground is right now. Anytime we get the tropical downpours that are possible tomorrow and into Saturday, we will have an isolated to minor flooding risk. So we'll have those scattered rain showers, thunderstorms as we get into the day tomorrow. Highs up to 82. Most of us, though, will be stuck in the 70s because of the extra clouds and also those rain showers keeping us on the cooler side. Feeling very muggy, though. We're not really going to get away from the humidity whatsoever over the next couple of days. As we move into our 7 o'clock time frame for our Friday, you can see those showers and storms, which are in Wisconsin right now. So very slow-moving system, only going to move over Lake Michigan and into West Michigan within the next 12 hours. So we don't have a whole lot of movement with this wave, which is why it's going to be stagnant in our area the entire day on Friday, which is why if we heat up enough later on into our Friday, we will have that conditional severe weather risk. A lot of the activity will be falling apart as it moves through in the morning to the early afternoon. So once we get past lunchtime, most of us will be drying on out. We will not see any severe weather with this earlier wave. It's just the fact that that swirl is still in the area, so additional showers and storms could pop up as we creep into the evening hours, and that's where we will watch for our severe weather risk. Also going to monitor the potential of some stronger storms as we get into our Saturday morning, but it's really not until Saturday afternoon into the evening that you can see this line of showers and storms, potentially strong to severe. So I would say anytime between noon and about 9 p.m. is where we need to be keeping a very close eye on the potential of strong to severe storms. Damaging winds looks to be the main threat with Saturday's wave, as we will not be close enough to the stronger wind shear, but we'll talk about that here in a moment. Before any storms develop on Saturday, it's going to be very hot, very tropical. Some of those heat index values, so the feels like temperature when you factor in the heat and the humidity, that's going to be up in the mid to upper 90s away from Lake Huron. So very hot, very uncomfortable, and at times dangerous if you have to be outside and you're not taking sufficient breaks to keep yourself cool and also staying hydrated as well. This is our Saturday severe weather risk. You can see the majority of the area is in that slight category. So this is mainly going to be for the damaging wind threat. Can't rule out some isolated large hail or maybe an isolated tornado, but damaging winds looks to be the main threat with any storm that is able to develop later on in the day for our Saturday. The one thing that could hold these storms back, and it's still a toss-up, some models are a little bit higher on the wind shear, some are a little bit lower. We'll have to kind of wait and see how things play out into the day tomorrow. And of course, as we get into our Saturday, there will be lift. There will be a lot of heat and a lot of humidity. It's the wind shear. So the wind shear is the winds as you go up into the atmosphere. And as they start to get stronger and they start to change direction, that can support these storms for a little bit longer. It gives them some organization as opposed to them bubbling up and then they don't have a tilt or a way to disconnect the updraft from the downdraft, and they end up falling in on top of themselves. So overall, if we have stronger wind shear, we'll likely have a more significant threat of severe weather on Saturday. So we're watching the next 2 days for severe weather. As we go into our Sunday, just a small chance of rain will dry out Monday into Tuesday. And then we're back into the storm chances Wednesday into Thursday, and would not be surprised if we have another severe risk at that point in time. So Friday into Saturday, be monitoring, especially the afternoon and evening, for strong to severe storms. And of course, we'll have you updated here on our airwaves, on social media, on our website, throughout it all. All right, everyone, before we end this stream, I'm going to show you the 2 severe weather risks, and then we will let you go, let you get back to whatever it is you may be doing here on this beautiful Thursday evening. So this is our Friday risk. As you go north of US 10 into Huron County, just a general thunderstorm threat, no severe weather here. A very isolated, very conditional threat of severe weather for the majority of us. So Midland, Saginaw, Lapeer, Sandusky, Alma in the marginal risk. And then we do have a slight risk, a little bit higher of a chance, but still fairly low, I would say, on the severe weather index risk as you go towards Interstate 69. Then as we move into our Saturday, the majority of us are under a slight risk. So level 2 out of 5 scattered severe thunderstorms are a possibility, as a cold front will swing in from the west, and it will be interacting with that very hot, humid air mass that we will have in place for the day on Saturday. That's going to wrap it up for us as we go into tomorrow afternoon and evening. And then again, Saturday afternoon and evening, we will, of course, keep you posted, keep you updated on any warnings, watches, that are sent out from the National Weather Service.